we'll talk a little bit about Cooper contract relative to this as well. So the Browns and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah have been in talks regarding a contract extension for some time now. Sides are struggling to see eye to eye on the dollar figure. The hope is as talks move in a positive direction before the start of the season. That's per a league source reported on by Brad Stainbrook from the Orange and Brown Report. And again, he always has really good information. So I think that is legit. Now, the thing I would say is the Owusu-Koramoah potential new contract and Cooper, there's a sequence to it that they likely want to get one done so it creates some money up front for the other.
Yeah, and you don't know if one's stalling the other right now.
Right.
So there's reason we're not hearing anything about Cooper is they might have all their eggs in the JOK basket trying to get that figured out first before they move on to Amari. But it's interesting to see what their value is of JOK, and just because of the position that he plays. But for me, he's a difference maker and a math changer. So you can't have enough weapons on defense, and you've invested enough in this defensive line. You finally got to see last season what JOK could be in Jim Schwartz's defense. I just think there's a continuation of that that's about to take place, and the sooner you get him signed, the better, because I think he's going to put even more on tape this year that are going to leave people saying that this kid should be an All-Pro.
Yeah, I agree, but I also could see think about the Grant Delpit extension.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we saw some great stuff late in the year with JOK. It didn't start well. Before you commit top dollar for a linebacker, you know, that's 13 to 15 million a year for multiple years. You probably want to make sure it's real and it's going to happen again.
Yeah, that's fair, and you've seen them do that with, like you said, Grant Delpit's a good thing to point to, and the way they handled that contract. And if you look at the timeline, and you look at the timing of their bye week, I think that might be something to keep an eye on. If something doesn't get done before camp, they might put the pause on it, see how the beginning of the season unfolds, and then move accordingly. But I just see the JOK stock going nothing but up.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know, he could go out and get 20 tackles for a loss again, and then, you know, hey, I kind of want to be paid like an edge rusher.
Yeah, and he has a very different skill set than most inside linebackers. You know, he can do things off ball that most people can't. Those 20 tackles for loss, that is an edge rusher number.
Yeah.
When you look at the metrics, there's no other linebackers in that stratosphere. So if he can be a difference maker like that, he might be able to command more money. And part of it, you know, is part of the guardrails too. Identify and pay early, just to get ahead of the market. And you've seen them do it with several key positions. And when they do it, they get criticized the day they sign the contract. But then within 3-4 months, when the market passes that contract up, they look pretty smart. So I think if you can, you try to do the same thing with JOK.
Yeah, absolutely. It's already the Jerry Jeudy is now it's an A- on the trade when it was a C when they made it. So yeah, go figure.
Exactly.